What's up, YouTube? Topcity5401 here. And I finished up a couple of runs to start with. This is a pretty cool relic set from 2001 Fleer, the Diamond Cuts. Several different relics. This one is the game-worn wristband. I've had this card for a while. But the one that I got in today is the game-worn hat. Everything about the card's the same except the relic itself. So game-worn hat. The wristband has a print run of 100. The hat has a print run of 240, which is interesting. These are not serial numbered, but Beckett has a print run on these cards. Then you got the game-worn shoe. Love that, man. Anytime you can get a piece of shoe, that's really cool. There's 400 copies of this card, but really cool. Then we got the game-worn pants and game-worn jersey. I think the pants, 1,000 copies, a jersey, 800, or vice versa. And then the back has OK authentication. It says, congratulations, you have received a card that contains a piece of authentic game-worn jersey worn by Barry Bonds, outfielder of the San Francisco Giants. It doesn't specify whether the jersey was worn in a Major League Baseball game, though. So, decent authentication, but not as good as I typically like to see. But there we go. That's the run. Here they are all laid out. Beautiful cards. I'm glad to finish it up. Man, I used to, you know what's funny is, in the early 2000s, I was collecting like either refractors or relic cards, and I completely missed out on a lot of the tougher to find inserts from the 90s. Had I known then what I know now, my collection would be way better. And I just have to, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but it just blows my mind how many cards I missed out on in the, between like 2001 and 2008. That I could easily have in my collection now had I known now what I knew back in those years. So knowledge is so important in this hobby. And I mean, I've gained quite a bit of knowledge, but still, man, there are holes in my collection. The reason why I'm saying this, by the way, this East Meets West card, I just picked up the museum collection, which is the copper card. The artist proof is the blue, and the base card's like more of a paper stock. I don't have that card in front of me, so I won't show it off. So that's the second card I got in the mail today. But I've been thinking about it, and, is my Bonds collection a super collection, or am I a Bonds player collector, right? There's a big difference, in my opinion, between a super collector and a player collector. And I would say that if I had 25 to 30 of the key cards from the 90s, I could say that I'm a super collector. But I'm missing a lot of the key cards. Anyway, I just felt like asking that question to the viewers here on my channel. Do have a lot of cool stuff though, but man, there's just so many key cards I'm missing, and hopefully someday I will obtain them. But that's it, guys. And one thing I always like to say, and that fascinates me about this hobby, is there are always bigger and better collections than the one that you think is the biggest and best collection. And since I've been here on YouTube, and since I've created several groups on Facebook, I have just been blown away by some of the collections that are out there. But these are my two pickups for Bonds, and with these pickups, I am at 5,560 unique cards. So I would say I definitely am a Bonds player collector, and I don't know. Am I a super collector? Who knows? But I sure do enjoy this hobby, and that's really all that matters. So thanks so much for tuning in, and as always, until next time, happy collecting.